Hey everyone, this is Coppafeelx from US Tichondrius Horde side. I'm bringing to you the first video of a series bringing you Fire Mage PvP play. So first I'd like to go ahead and get into the ins and outs, bringing you reforging, bringing you gemming, talent, and glyphs. And then I'll show a few PvP clips of rated battle or just regular battleground domination, and then I'll keep going in with other videos to bring you how I got those kills and how you need to look to set up kills, because fire mages are not as widespread as frost mages just because their kills are a little bit harder to set up. So let's go ahead and get started with our talents. I think that's a win there. Flame Glow. This is a very key talent. Flame Glow, it's great against a lot of smaller damages. So like if you're fighting a hunter, obviously it's not going to do very well. Any range class that's pumping in 20k plus per hit, it doesn't do too well. But against Unholy Death Knights, Paladin or Ret Paladins, and other classes that do a lot of sub 20k, it absorbs so much more damage than Ice Barrier or Temporal Shield. So Flame Glow is a must-have. It absorbs a lot of damage over a long fight. Frostjaw is going to be the next skill that you go into. Reason being is it's a key component into setting up kills with pyro procs. So Frostjaw from a distance, it silences the target. Rootsum allows you to deep and start your pyro, insta pyro proc, and I'll go into those kills later. The reason you get Frostjaw as well is because it's hard. You don't have a pet for your pet Nova, and you really don't want to go in on a melee in melee range in Frost Nova. So this is a great way to go ahead and get the range stun on somebody, and that way you can go into your kill. Cold Snap is an obvious choice. 3-minute cooldown, and this allows you to, once you frost block, you're able to reset the frost block and use it again after your debuff is gone, and it also heals you for 30% of your maximum health. So it helps your healers out. Living Bomb, again, this is fire only. This is able to spread to 3 other targets and tick and then explode at the very end, allowing for quite a bit of AoE damage, putting pressure on a 3's team or even RBGs if you wanted to roll fire. And Incanter's Ward, this helps you provide spell power. You get 30% of increased spell power based on the absorption through the 22,000 damage. So it's quite a bit of a buff whenever you get damage put out on you. There's a noticeable difference in the damage that you're outputting. So moving on to glyphs. Glyph of Deep Freeze. This puts your Glyph of Deep Freeze on its own global cooldown, so you don't have to wait that second and a half to put somebody into a deep once they're frozen. You can instantly do it, putting a lot of pressure on them to either use cooldowns, trinket, or whatnot to get out of that. Then you want to also put Glyph of Armors, and this just helps your survivability. Who cares about the cast timer on the armor? I don't. So really we're looking at the 10% additional defense for each armor effect. And then a must-have for arenas, Polymorph. This removes all damage over time effects, so you can CC and it'll stay, your target will stay in its CC without being broke. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our reforging here and glyphs. I have everything a little bit rekeybound. Okay, here we go. So for Fire Mage, it's all about crit. So as you can see, just right now, without my intellect buff, I'm at 22.63, and I'm right at the hit cap. So you want to be at 6% hit cap for your spells, and then your crit chance, once I throw on, and look, you can see it's at 27.63, which is very good. Crit for fire is unbeatable. Reason is because once you get 2 crits in a row, you get your pyro procs. So you'll see your first crit, you'll see heating up. If you get another crit, there you go. You got your instant pyro proc to set up your kills. So basically, you want to reforge. You know, mastery is not huge, so if you want, you can reforge mastery out of mastery into crit, and also if you want to, you know, out of, you know, reforge from hit to haste. You know, so you want to go crit or hit crit, and then haste and mastery. Haste and mastery are lower on the branch. Just try to increase your hit to 6, and then increase your crit chance as much as possible. Sorry about that. That was my phone. So as far as gymming, you know, I went straight intellect just to help out with my crit chance. PvP power, as you can see, it's my PvP power is sitting right around 50%. But again, out of deep, I can get you know, 2 or 3 instant pyro procs hitting for 90k each, so that's 270k damage with fire blast hitting for 45 to 50k. It's a lot of damage output. So that's it for this portion of the Fire Mage guide. You can rewatch it. If you have any questions, you can post below. But I'll continue in the next video with how to set up kills, as you're about to see a few clips in random battlegrounds where I was able to get those instant pyro procs and put out a lot of damage on these other people in not a lot of time. They really didn't have much time to react. So enjoy the Fire Mage, and hopefully I will see you guys watching this video and making comments. So now that all of the information has been passed on to you, let's go ahead and go to a few clips of battlegrounds. I'll be showing a lot of the fire damage, so you can take all of this information and all the damage that you see and kind of put it to use in your brain and kind of make that decision. Do you want to go frost or do you want to go fire? So without further ado, here comes some big numbers.